And joining us now to talk about Dolly Parton's impact on music and philanthropy is our very own Marcus Leshock.
Marcus, you met and interviewed Dolly several times. Was she the same person off camera as we all got to see on camera?
Dolly was a real one, Ben. Like, she was exactly that person. I was just texting with somebody actually who's very close to her. And they told me, they summed it up pretty well. They said the world lost its brightest light today. And it's really who she was. And I was blessed to talk to her a few times when going down to Dollywood. That's kind of how I got to know her and the people in her wheelhouse, of course, covering the theme park. But what was notable to me is a lot of celebrities, when you go to these things, they do a million interviews with a bunch of different press when they're there. But Dolly would only do an interview with 1, 2, maybe 3 outlets when she went there. The rest of the time, she spent hours meeting with families, people who were in need, people who were sick, people who were just struggling in her hometown, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, Tennessee area. And she dedicated so much time because she knew, like, her aura, as you say, like her positivity, her celebrity, it would just bring so much joy to people. And she knew spending time, she could lift people's spirits. And she didn't tell people about that. They didn't publicize that. All that time and all that money she spent helping so many people. She was a real one. She really was truly a real one, and I still can't believe that she's gone. It is a huge loss, but what a blessing and a great, just incredible person she was.
And Marcus, I was at a meeting today, and the minute I got done with that meeting, everybody said, Dolly Parton just died. They were heartbroken. People felt so connected to her. And, you know, as you said, family and people were important to her, especially her husband of 60 years. He passed away just 16 months ago. So the last year and a half has been really tough for her. Can you talk a little bit about kind of how she's been doing over the last year and a half?
Yeah, her husband passing, from what I had been told from people, was very difficult for her. I mean, as you can imagine, they were married forever, and it was just that was hard. I just heard a story the other day from somebody's close. I think I can share this, that Dolly and Carl used to go camping. Like, they were big campers, and even when Dolly was a huge star, they would go and get an RV and go to a campsite. And they would arrange the RV, the camper, so it was facing like a lake. So that way, when Dolly walked out of the camper, all the other regular people just camping at the campsite wouldn't know that they were there.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
people who were on the lake would see and kind of do double takes. But, you know, she told everybody, she said, you know, they're not going to believe that Dolly Parton's at, like, the Jellystone campground here.
Great story.
That's a great
She
point.
just was a real one. And she loved her husband. That was really tough when her husband passed, for sure. But there's just so many great stories that are going to be coming out over the next weeks and months. She just was funny. She just was a really big light and a really funny, charismatic person. But yeah, it has been a rough couple of years, but at the same time, Dolly never wanted people worrying about her. If you remember, one of her sisters came out just a few months ago, maybe in the last year, and asked people to pray, and people started to get worried. And she was real quick to say, to make sure that her sister came out and said, no, she's okay. Because she didn't want people worrying. She wanted people positive and optimistic and everything else. So I think that's why this was a big shock for a lot of people today, because they might not have known exactly how rough her health situation was. And she wanted it that way. She wanted people happy and optimistic and full of joy, and that's what she brought.
All right, Marcus Leshock, lucky enough to spend a little time with Dolly Parton over the years. Thank you for joining us to share your memories.
Thank you.
And flags are now flying at half-staff in honor of Dolly Parton. President Trump posted on Truth Social, "There has never been anyone like her and never will. In her honor, I am lowering the American flag throughout the United States for a one-week period beginning tonight at 6 p.m. Rest in peace, Dolly." That order went into effect Eastern Time just a few minutes ago.